Hi everyone. Well, it is World Card Making Day and I have been making some cards. Where did I put it? It's here. So, I decided that I would make some note cards and I made a set. Normally I would make a set of 6, but because I was stamping, I decided that I would go for a set of 8, which would give me 2 spare if there was any errors or if something wasn't just right on any of them. Now, there is 7 made here. I did do this one slightly different because I thought the white background was maybe a bit too much. So I added a bit of textured stamping to the back and I wasn't really happy with it. So I decided to omit it and not put it on. So this will be a separate card that I will use. It won't be part of the 6, obviously. So I will go on and show you how I put them together. This was the stamp set I used, and it's Watercolour Wings by Stampin' Up. Now I used these 3 stamps here, and I will show you exactly what I used. I used this small body here and the antennae. So, first of all, I die cut a piece of paper from a Prima pad. Now this was from, I can't even remember what pad it was from. I think this was, it's either Prima Delight or Prima Princess. I can't remember what one. But the papers are quite muted tones and that was what I was looking for this card specifically. I don't even think I've got any of that colour left. I think I used the last 2. Yeah, I did. What did I? Yeah. But it's just a nice gentle colour scheme. Is that it there actually? I'm just double checking to see if I've got it. No, I haven't. But it's a nice gentle colour scheme. It kind of looks like a weathered wood. There is some browner tones in it. And there is like a blue green tone in it. Come on, stop going all fluffy on me. That one's not going to work. We'll see if this one will maybe focus better. That's a bit better. So you can see the colour scheme that's in it. So I wanted to use the blue to give me a little bit of continuity in the colour scheme. So I originally stamped this one, which is the flat die, flat stamp, and I used the colour Weathered Wood from the Distress Ink line, which gave me this nice watercoloured effect. You can actually see the background in that one, which is good. But then I went on and I used Stormy Sky for the next layer, which I'm going to take you through step by step now. If I can find my stamping block, it's under here. Right, so we have got, in fact, where's that other? I've lost a body. I didn't put it away. Try to see if it's fell around here somewhere. No, it's annoying. Ah, there we are. Right, so we can get on now. So I will stamp them upside down and let you see what I'm doing. So I'm taking this one here, which is just really the outline of the butterfly wings. And I'm going in with the Stormy Sky, which is a deeper blue than the Weathered Wood. And put that back. Oops. I'll bring you down a bit so you can see, because I need to do this close to me. Oops, wrong way. Right. So what you're doing is just going over. You don't need to be spot on exact. It's a handmade card. Just let it be what it is. Okay. And you get that effect. And I've not been perfect there. You can see here that I have judged the lines slightly. But it's a watercolour. It's absolutely fine. So then I'm taking that one off. And I'm picking up the decorative die. I keep saying die. The decorative stamp, which has got more pattern on it. And we're going to use that with Chip Sapphire, which is our darkest blue in the distress line. So I am just inking it up. And I'm putting that to the side because I'm not finished with that yet. And then we just line it up again. Doesn't need to be exact. Around there, I think. Just give it a little minute to transfer. And then just peel it back. Okay? And that's what we've got so far. So you can see the 3 layers. You can see the weathered wood in the centre. Then you can see the Stormy Sky down at the bottom. And then you can see the Chip Sapphire over the top of it all. So you can see the 3 colours quite vividly. So then we're going to add our body in. Okay, and that's just this tiny wee stamp here. Okay, and I'm using the Chip Sapphire again. And just tap it in. And what I do with this one is I line it over the body and bring it up. Okay, and that's kind of our tail done. And then what I do is I line it over the top half, and that's kind of our top part done. There is a longer one, but I like this one because if you can see it this way, there is 2 sections. There's a thinner section and then there's the head area, so it gives you a little bit of body into it. So we're finished with that one. Take that off and pick up the antennae, which is like a V shape. Might be easier once I've got a bit of ink on it. Oops, picked up a little bit of distress ink on the end of my block, which I don't want. Right, so you can see there now, it's just a V shape with the 2 little balls at the top. So what to do is just use the bottom of the V over the head area and then just stamp it down and you're done. Lovely butterfly, nice and layered, lots of different colour in it, and there's no problem. I have used the larger of that shape to die cut out in white cardstock, and this is going to just come up here in this corner, just so that I can have room here for the sentiment. It is normal for me to try and centralise things, but for this project it was the opposite. I have just used a tiny little bit of my Sailor two-way glue pen. It's just for quickness, and we are positioning that up near the top corner. Again, it's handmade, don't be going for perfectness. Okay, so that's that part done. I have die cut out this little sentiment using the exact same paper line, and the sentiment is from the Love You Lots stamp set, which is also Stampin' Up. It's a hostess set. The die for this is a Dovecraft. It's from their new basics die sets, and you get 3 dies in the set, and that's just going to come down here slightly off centered. And to put it into its position, I have cut out a bit of seam binding wherever I put it. Where have I placed it? Nope. Nope. There. And it's a nice pale blue colour, so it matches the colour tones that we're using. And what I have done is on the back of the sentiment, I have added a foam dot, and the reason I've added that is just so that you've got a little bit of dimension there, and it kind of gives it a bit of body. Okay, so I've done that. Your ribbon's going to go over the top of it anyway, so you're not going to see it, but it's just a nice added extra feel. Don't worry too much if it strays on you. Oops, wrong way I'm putting that through. Because you're going to tuck a good bit of it behind the card anyway, so it won't matter if there is a bit frayed. My bit fingers and thumbs today. And I want more of the ribbon on the other side, so we'll just move that over a little bit. There we are. And just kind of play about with it till you get it in the position you want. Okay, and then that's going to go down here like that. Okay, so to put it on the back, I'm just using some double-sided tape, and this is super sticky, really cheap stuff. I think I got 3 rolls of it for £5 or something out of the works, but it's a nice thick tape, which means I'm not using loads of it. So we just place that on the back there and just straighten it on, and that's that part done. Take the other side, make it as central as you can, make it as even as you can as the other side. And I'm just tearing another wee bit of tape off. Whoops. And positioning that on. Now I've got a wee bit there that's annoying me. It's the fray is hanging down, which won't matter because it's going to be covered, but it would annoy me, so I need to take it off. But that's the card front done. we just need to back it onto our card base now. I have bought these card bases here, and it's from Joe's Crafty Pad. I think they were $1.99 for 20, which is just for quickness, much easier for me. Right, so now all I'm going to do is get my ATG gun, and I am just going to go around the sides. Now when you're going over the double-sided tape, it sometimes doesn't want to stick, so it's up to you, but I tend to just persevere with it because I know it will work out. I'll move that down there now. And then we just, oops, make sure I've got the card open at the right bit. That would be good. And then just place it central, press it on. Now you could, let me just see what I've got here. That's my set of 6. Get my 6 envelopes. 3 and 6. Now you could easily make a little box for these, or just for quickness, you could add the same seam binding that you used for making up the cards. Just place it round the front, turn it over, twist it. So I'll do that again. I'll do it slowly so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Oops. Come on, be good. Isn't that nice? Stay. Right, so we take the middle-ish of our seam binding. I'm not going to listen to me today. Right, middle of your seam binding into the centre. Okay, I'm just dragging it off so I can lift it. Okay, get my fingers under the bottom, turn it over. Okay, bring your thumbs into the centre. Okay, if I can just show you. So your thumbs are at the centre here. Twist your card round once, and then twist it again so you've got a cross at the back. Alright, then we're just flipping it over again, bringing over the seam binding, and then just putting a little bow in it. My bows never work out on camera, so oh, that wasn't too bad. Just going to even them up a little. Then all we need to do is just trim them down a bit. I don't want them that long, so I'm just going to snip it at an angle. These aren't my fabric scissors because in a house with 4 men, because Jordan's friends forever here, fabric scissors are obviously in high demand, but no one's touched them, so I have had to order another pair. So at the minute I am struggling with what I've got, but then we have got that, which is quite cute. It's not a bad little card set. If someone gave you that in a rack, you'd be quite pleased with it. But just to zhuzh it up a wee bit, I have got, oh, the daisy and avalanche. Stay. Fix that avalanche for now. Right, I've got some little butterflies that were die cut for me by Geraldine, who's Little Snippets 1. And what I am going to do is just add a little foam dot onto the back, take off your foam, and then I'm actually moving the ribbons out the road and sticking it down. Okay, and then you've got that. If you want to add a wee bit of bling to it, no problem. I have got some adhesive gemstones sitting right next to me. So we'll maybe add 4, I think, on that one. There we go. And that's you made a lovely little rack. Sorry, a lovely little note card set to send out in a rack. They have now got a nice little seam binding that will match their card set. And thank you friend on it is quite a generic sentiment. So they can send them out as a thank you for birthday gifts. They can send them as a thank you for a kind gesture that a friend or a neighbour has done. A colleague at work. There are so many uses for thank you cards, and I think especially in the UK we say thank you a lot, but we don't actually give the gesture of thank you very much, and I think these are a nice addition to what we should be doing. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As part of World Card Making Day, have a wee go. Even if it's basic card making, anyone can do it. These are super simple and you can dress them up how you like. You don't have to use seam binding. You could use your baker's twine. You could use a tiny bit of satin ribbon. You could use just the sentiment on its own and just put a little bit of marker pen here just to gesture that there's been something there. Completely up to you. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see all the inspiration from World Card Making Day on YouTube. Bye for now.